Hello everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. It goes without saying that Black Uhuru is one of reggae's greatest ever groups, and in my opinion, the second most successful after Bob Marley and the Wailers. This legendary group that was founded by Derek Ducky Simpson will single-handedly carry the torch for reggae music after the passing of the Top Gong in 1981, and they would also put the Waterhouse district of Kingston on the musical map as one of the hubs of musical energy in Jamaica alongside Trenchtown. In the 5 decades of its existence, Black Uhuru has had at least 5 different lineups since its formation in 1972 and has put out some of the greatest anthems that the genre has ever seen. And most interestingly, it's also produced 5 incredible lead singers who are among some of the best that the genre has ever heard. Each of them spectacular exponents of the unique and enigmatic vocal technique popularly known as the Waterhouse wailing style, a technique that features heavy ad-libs like "wo-oh-hoy" or "wo-oh", supposedly inspired by the gritty hardships of life in that tough part of Kingston. It's not very clear which particular Waterhouse artist or group started it, but many music historians name Harmony Trio, the Jays, as the first to truly popularize it. I got the idea for this video while engaged in a fierce debate with some friends over the weekends that was over which of the group's 5 frontmen was indeed the finest to bless the microphone, prompting me to ask you all the question, who truly was Black Uhuru's greatest lead vocalist? Now, to get to the bottom of this, we have to start from that group's first lineup. Black Uhuru's pioneer trio consisted of Derek Ducky Simpson, Don Carlos with Garth Dennis on lead vocals. Rudolph Garth Dennis was actually raised in Trenchtown but moved to Waterhouse as a teenager, where he linked up with his eventual Black Uhuru mates. In his earlier years, he had been a student of famous Trenchtown music teacher Joe Higgs and would channel all those lessons into a career that spanned more than 4 decades. He's credited with being on lead vocals for Black Uhuru's first ever recording that was Folk Song from 1972.
I've come to break transgression and drive away oppression.
His voice was solid, soulful, and very emotive, able to go high or low, but not necessarily flashy in any way. And though that was his only song with Black Uhuru before leaving to join the Wailing Souls in 1974, his raw, sober vocal delivery was delightful and the perfect vehicle to deliver the spiritually charged themes that were the hallmark of those early days of roots reggae. He could seamlessly switch from a thoughtful tenor to his usual introspective baritone with a great ease that made him a solid lead vocalist. But though he was by all means an amazing singer, his talent would pale in comparison to the man that would replace him. In 1975, a then 17-year-old Waterhouse singer called Michael Rose was introduced to producer Prince Jammy by a childhood friend in drummer Sly Dunbar. Jammy, who was also from Waterhouse, was aware that Ducky Simpson had been searching for replacements since the exits of Garth Dennis and Don Carlos. Ducky and Rose would link up and soon after would add Errol Nelson to the lineup, and that trio formed the second incarnation of Black Uhuru and put out the trio's debut album, Love Crisis, in 1977. Errol Nelson soon after quit the trio, and American singer Puma Jones was brought in to replace him in what became the third incarnation of the group. Now, in terms of raw power, I can't name 1 or 2 other reggae vocalists that can match him in any way. He had begun his career as a Dennis Brown imitator before settling fully into the Waterhouse wailing style that he made his own in no time. His unbelievably strong, wild, yet beautifully controlled singing that was complemented by Sly and Robbie's hard-hitting instrumentals propelled Black Uhuru to global superstardom. Black Uhuru's showcase album hit record store shelves in 1979 and changed reggae vocals forever. Michael Rose's menacing and phenomenal growling and wailing on songs like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner blew listeners away all over the globe, and with the release of subsequent masterpieces like Sensimilla, Red, and Anthem, Michael Rose would wield his gritty, haunting voice like a literal weapon with militant force as he powerfully belted out his timeless ad-libs and his signature cry, "Tutu-twang." If there ever was a reggae singer that perfectly radiated urban ghetto life and social injustice in his voice, he was definitely it. No surprise that he helped to power his group to the first Reggae Grammy in 1985 for the album Anthem. But before they could accept the award, Rose quit the group after falling out with founder Ducky Simpson, and he was replaced with yet another Waterhouse singer in Junior Reid. Delroy Junior Reid had begun his career as a singer in his teens as a protege of the late Hugh Mondale before recording for Sugar Minott and eventually being invited to replace Michael Rose in 1986. I believe his great vocal similarities to Rose and the strong Waterhouse inflections in his singing were what attracted Ducky to him in the first place. He made a stunning debut on the album Brutal in 1986 on tracks like Great Train Robbery and Fit You Happy Fit, with all the usual Waterhouse elements, but his background as a dancehall artist set him apart with what was indeed a hybrid style. Nevertheless, a powerful singer that helped to keep the Black Uhuru fire burning brightly. To be honest, he did sound a lot like Michael Rose, but his natural vocal tone was much different. And after 3 albums, he would get fed up with being made to keep imitating his predecessor, and on top of other reasons, he left Black Uhuru in 1988. But his vocal abilities and delivery are not in doubt, as his 1989 anthem, One Blood, will typify his powerful, haunting singing. Black Uhuru has since lost Puma Jones to ill health, and the replacement, Ola Funky, had left soon after Junior Reid did. Ducky Simpson literally went back to the basics when he would recruit the group's original members in Garth Dennis and Don Carlos, who took on the role of lead vocalists. Now, compared to the gritty militant stylings of the group's 2 previous singers, Don Carlos was indeed an incredible switch. As far as reggae music is concerned, his voice is among the smoothest, soulful, and disarmingly sweetest we will ever hear. A breezy vehicle that delivers messages of love, peace, and unity in a hypnotic manner that's impossible to find anywhere else. The reunion of the original Black Uhuru lineup would last for 5 years and spawned 4 Grammy-nominated albums before coming to an end in 1994. And what I find most interesting about this man is how, despite growing up in the tough Waterhouse area, he's a very gentle person, and it always shines through in his vocals. His voice is flawless and warm, yet powerful, with an incredible quality that always sees it ride and tame even the hardest reggae beats without any effort. But after his exit, Ducky Simpson would revert to the power and fury format of the 80s, albeit with a smoother and polished edge, when in 1996 he recruited a golden voice singer who, would you guess, was also from Waterhouse, in the person of the wonderful and delightful Andrew Bees. Born O'Neil Beckford in 1972, he's been with Black Uhuru for almost 30 years, making him the longest running lead vocalist of this legendary outfit. He's, in my opinion, the most versatile of all the Black Uhuru lead singers. His voice has a natural velvety quality about it, which is smooth yet commanding and powerful. But when performing material from the era of his predecessors, he's able to easily sound as rugged as Michael Rose or as sweet as Don Carlos. By every standard, a fantastic singer par excellence. So to answer the question of who truly has been Black Uhuru's greatest lead vocalist since its formation, I have to go with the phenomenal Michael Rose. Enough respect to all the others, but this icon not only powered that group to superstardom with his powerful, iconic singing style, but is more than anybody typified the quintessential ghetto reggae soldier. He literally elevated reggae singers to rock star status with his innovative, revolutionary techniques that truly took the Waterhouse sound to the world. There are too many examples of his brilliance to choose from, but I left 2 links to 2 Black Uhuru songs in Utterance and Anthem, which I believe stand out among his all-time greatest performances. Undoubtedly the best vocalist from Black Uhuru, and definitely among the greatest of all time across all genres. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.